When you dive into the unknown yet captivating world of space, you will realize just how far we have progressed. From believing in a geocentric flat Earth and photographing a black hole's shadow, to the hopes of constructing a space elevator and observing a private company execute a human orbital spaceflight, these tremendous strides in astronomy fuel the dream of extending human civilization beyond our planetary boundaries. But this fanciful dream raises a crucial question. Can humans survive endlessly in space? The clear and unequivocal answer is no. A dilemma therefore arises when it comes to spacesuits. Could cutting-edge spacesuits prolong our stay in this endless vacuum? In addressing this question, understanding the threats lurking in the great unknown becomes vital. Firstly, the lack of breathable oxygen renders space uninhabitable. The human body reserves barely enough oxygen to sustain consciousness for about 15 seconds before deoxygenated blood triggers unconsciousness. While this isn't a sure death sentence, it quickly leads to fatality if the unconscious astronaut isn't returned to a breathable space within 1 to 2 minutes. Additionally, trying an intuitive trick like holding your breath in space accelerates death due to lung rupture. The lack of atmospheric pressure in space, combined with air's internal pressure in our lungs, leads to an expansion and ultimate rupture of the lungs. An ensuing rush of expanding air into the circulatory system can cause a deadly air embolism. Therefore, paradoxically, the first countermeasure to being stranded in space is exhaling. Another lethal phenomenon due to absence of atmospheric pressure is ebullism. Ebullism causes body fluids, saliva, tears, sweat, and others to boil and vaporize quickly, thanks to the drastically reduced boiling points. Fortunately, our circulatory system prevents blood from boiling. Nevertheless, vaporization of nitrogen molecules dissolved in the bloodstream triggers significant tissue inflation and potentially grave damage. Space also exposes astronauts to unfiltered cosmic radiation, solar wind, and dangerous micrometeoroids. The common misconception about space is that we'd freeze instantly due to its cold nature, but in reality, it would actually take 12 to 20 hours before freezing, since space cannot conduct or convect heat. After 15 seconds of fading consciousness, you'd survive a minute or two before succumbing to the aforementioned adverse effects, and would then subsequently freeze solid. Astronauts have two types of spacesuits: pressure suits for internal spaceship use during liftoff and re-entry, and extravehicular mobility units, EMUs, for extravehicular activities or spacewalks. EMUs, split into two components, can protect astronauts from almost all the enumerated hazards. The pressure garment is the inner four-piece suit, the upper and lower torso, cooling garments, and helmet. This inner suit helps to regulate the body temperature and body pressure while offering some physical protection. The life support system serves communication needs, air conditioning, and pressure regulation, among other essential functions. Together, the pressure garment and life support functions as a personal spacecraft. However, like on Earth, the basic necessities, food, water, and oxygen, become the limiting factors. While spacesuits can shield astronauts from space, survival duration depends on their oxygen supply. Today's best spacesuits offer 6.5 to 8 hours worth of oxygen and an additional 30 minutes of emergency supply. The longest recorded spacewalk lasted 8 hours and 56 minutes, an impressive threshold held by Jim Voss and Susan Helms. While understanding the functionality and limitations of spacesuits enhances our appreciation of space voyages, for most of us, there's little practical need for applying this knowledge in our daily lives. However, if you aspire to be part of the pioneering off-world settlement cohort, comprehending longevity factors influenced by different celestial bodies is essential. If that sounds like a dreamy future, elevate your spirit and let your imagination soar as you explore the possibilities of life out in the cosmos. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Your feedback not only supports us, but also helps our channel reach more viewers and continue to grow.